I don't know about you, but we've been sleeping on the Ducati Diavel, and I don't know why. Don't judge me. Come here. Let's talk about current muscle bikes. The Suzuki has the M109R, Yamaha has the VMAX, and Harley Davidson has the V-Rod. But the one thing they all have in common is they all look like Harleys. Ducati did something a little different. Bonjour! Excuse the wind, but we're at Canyon Lake Vista, and this is the Ducati XDiavel 1260. This 1260 looks nothing like the Harley. Let me explain. This headlight is nothing like your regular halogen bulb. It has a LED strip, and Ducati always puts their little emblem in there. Let's talk about the brakes. So this Diavel comes with the Brembo dual piston brakes. They look a lot like the sport bike brakes, so the stopping power is insane. Let's talk about the power plant. So this is powered by the Ducati 1260cc Testastrada L-Twin. So this is an L-Twin that produces 160 horsepower and 95 foot-pounds of torque. No. Yeah. That's insane considering the foot peg placement. Speaking of the foot pegs, the XDiavel brings the foot pegs forward for a more relaxed seating position. So you get all the sportiness and power of the regular Diavel, but with a more relaxed feel. What isn't relaxed though is this exhaust system. So this exhaust features a dual slash-cut exhaust tips, but it has a 50-pound cat. But don't worry, we're going to fix this soon, so subscribe if you're interested. So this bike comes with the 240, 45, 17 tires stock. The Pirelli Rosso 2s have been great, but we have a long overdue upgrade. So you really just want to subscribe. So let's talk about what makes this bike stand out from any other bike in its class, and it's the single-sided swing arm. This single-sided swing arm has been a signature of Ducati for years. They kind of changed it for the new V4. I'm not really happy about it, but we'll talk about that later. So on board, you get not only a hydraulic brake, but a hydraulic clutch, which is pretty standard for Ducati. So they've done away with the giant screens, and now we've just got the basics. The warning lights here, and your vitals here. And as you can see, there's nowhere to put your key. So my microphone died, and it's really windy, but basically Ducati gives you this prox key, which is kind of annoying because it doesn't always work. What you do is you just bring it close to the screen and you turn this little knob thing that's kind of hard to reach, but once you get it, when you get it, it should just turn on and there we go. And then you can just throw it in your pocket and you're good to go. As I was saying, it's temperamental, but it works sometimes. So let's fire this thing up and see how these 1260cc engine and the Pirelli tires do in the mountains. До свидания! So I know this seems a little out of order, but I had to bring you guys on the highway to really talk about how this bike rides and just how nimble it is and how easy it is to ride. It's really cool because it actually has cruise control. This is the first bike I've ever been on that has cruise control, and it's actually really convenient. You just set up the speed you want to go, and you press the button, and there you are, just cruising. But it's a little weird with turning, so I'm going to go ahead and take the controls back. But the point being, you can literally just go about anywhere and kind of take a nap. Not really, I wouldn't recommend that. But you can just ride this bike for days. The suspension is incredible. It's eating up every single bump in this road. You see how shaky the chase camera is, and the bike is just smooth as eggs. The turns on this thing, despite its giant rear tire, are so nice. It just kind of leans over and rolls and does whatever you want. Unlike a lot of Italian superbikes or sports bikes, this one's really behaved. It's stop and go in low speed traffic. There's not a lot of bucking or surging or anything like that. This bike is belt driven and not chain driven, so it's super smooth and again very light on the wheels. And just everything feels so incredible. The brakes are smooth. I know you guys probably want some racing and stuff like that, but that's just not the vibe with this bike. The XDiavel is incredible. Again, hands down, I am loving this. Taking off from a dig is really easy on this bike, which kind of makes you want to race, but anyway, before we get to the mountains, we're going to go ahead and do a full circle on this roundabout. Just make sure I'm used to this bike because it isn't the bike that I ride often, so I want to make sure everything here is pretty good. Yeah, as you can see, it just leans right on over. It's really easy to hold consistent and the ergonomics are a lot different than your typical sports bike, but overall, it just feels really good. It's really predictable and this torque makes traffic very easy. You probably can't tell, but this is a very hilly, mountainous terrain, and I'm not having to downshift or anything to pull out of these corners like it does. Most bikes you gotta downshift or you're gonna struggle on the way, but I can feel the 90 foot-pounds of torque just pulling this bike through the corners no matter what gear you're in, and that's really saying something. Because again, this is not your typical sports bike. It seems like what Ducati did is they took that successful cruiser DNA and they just injected some trend into it. I don't know, some TRT, SARMs, or something, but this thing is strong. When you say muscle bike, this is it. This thing isn't really built for high speed, but it can. It's built to just be an easy rider. Shouts to Acton Bronson. Shouts to Action Bronson.
Tell the pilot start it over.
It's built to just be an easy rider. Shouts to Action Bronson. I'm enjoying this. As you can tell, I'm infatuated with this cruise control, but we need to get back home. So let me go ahead and set this thing down. So that was incredible. I've never ridden anything like this 1260cc engine. It's nothing like the sport bike I'm used to. It's a very different seating position, but it's very fun. It's very easy in the corners too. So yeah, I can't wait to keep riding this thing. So if you're on the fence between a Ducati Diavel, a Harley, anything else, you need to get the Diavel. This torque, this power, it's unlike any other. So it's literally Thanksgiving, so I gotta get home, change, go get some Chinese food. But like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to subscribe because we're gonna be doing some upgrades on this soon and I don't want you to miss it. До свидания!